what I find it hard to believe, listening to some of the questions that were asked, that it sounds as if though you, the responsibility you held, was very disconnected from your responsibility that you should have really been performing, which is to make sure that people who come into our country met the requirements of our country. You seem to have been very aloof of that.
No,
Would
I
you agree?
disagree with you, because what I said to you is I did not personally accept application for visas. I did not personally vet the persons who are coming in. What I did was to give approvals based on the recommendation coming to my desk. And so if an officer bring an application and say that this person meets the requirement and all the things are on file to indicate that that person meets the requirement, I give approval on that.
But in my mind, follow-up would have been very crucial, seeing that, as was said by some other person, that there seemed to have been a system in that department that was not causing processes to be duly performed. So that it would have been my responsibility as the director to make sure that as I am agreeing on these people who come to live in the country, that I'm making sure that they fit the criteria required by the government or the regulation. No?
Well, that is what I do. I get the information from the officer indicating that the person meets the criteria for them to be given a visa.
Who is responsible at the end of the day? When the officer below you has ticked all the boxes and says, this person qualifies for a visa, and sends it to you, who responsible when in fact that person does not qualify? You or the officer below?
I am the person who gives the approval for the visa.
Who is responsible? Who is accountable?
I am the person that gives the approval, so I believe I would be the person who is accountable for the issuing of
And
that visa.
specifically with respect to passports, who is responsible and who is accountable for the period when you were there?
The director.
You. Even though you told us what you told us later, I want to be clear.
Well,
Because you are saying it's possible that you were not at all involved in the process.
No, I was not.
But you are saying you are taking...
And that is a system that is there, and it is still there. That is the way the process is being done.
You are taking responsibility
For the period I was
for
there.
the period you were there.